One evening, as the sun sets on the island of Zimbaka, a crimson glow bathes the village, casting shadows over the anxious villagers. A meeting has been announced, and people make their way in groups, some in solemn procession, others gathered in clusters according to their rank and lineage. One by one, they make their way toward the heart of the village center to begin gathering around a bonfire. These are a weary people. For generations, they have endured waves of invaders who arrive at their shores, pillaging their precious jewels, food, and herbs, enslaving their kin only to leave and return when the island's bounty has replenished. Time and again, the islanders rebuild, yet they live under the shadow of dread, knowing that their fragile peace is only temporary.
Our island has been plundered time and again. We must unite. Every time we rebuild, they come back. Our people are shackled, our homes are banned, and our land is stripped bare. How much longer can we endure this?
When our sufferings has reached its peak, when the invaders think that we are broken and helpless, a savior will rise. This savior will not come from any home or hut. No, he will emerge from the wild itself, carrying the spirit of the lions. He will be our protector. The child foretold by the stars, born under the sign of the lion, will come to end this suffering and free our land.
The prophecy, could it be true?
They foresee someone, he would be raised not by man. He is a warrior. He would carry the spirit of the lion within him. He is the one who will end the cycle and free Zimbaka forever. His name.
At that moment, from the depths of the savannah, close to Zimbaka, a lion's roar echoes across the night sky. The sound is so deep and powerful that it silences even the crackling of the fire. The villagers gasp, looking toward the jungle in awe.
The prophecy begins.
After traveling for 3 long months, the lions are tired and hungry. Their bellies rumble as they approach a human settlement, and the lush wilderness gives way to the unfamiliar sense of civilization. Despite their weariness, a spark of hope remains as the black lion promises a better life than their current pride. Kavi lags behind, struggling to keep moving, her tiredness clear with each step.
We hardly have enough to eat since we left the savannah. It's even worse now, with human settlements so close. Can we go back?
You know, we're doing this for the people of Zimbaka Island, right? A little adventure never hurt anyone. Plus, think about it, better prospects await us here than back in your pride.
Adventure? I just want a meal. I'd trade this mission for a zebra tail any day.
Come on, it'll be worth it. There will be plenty of food for us. I've heard the humans have feasts like no other when it comes to food.
Feasts? You mean those fancy human dinners? I can't believe we're chasing after a mission instead of a feast. I'm starving. The only thing we've seen around here are these rabbits.
Oh, you're going to love this. I heard about a member of our pride who was captured by humans. He escaped and came back with the wildest stories.
Really? Like what?
Her said the humans put their food on these big flat objects and serve it. It looked like magic. Can you believe it? He said the smells were out of this world.
Sounds like they have some crazy cooking tricks up their sleeves. But listen, if we help them, we'll have a new pride with better opportunities. Everyone respects me. Even humans fears me.
And he said they sit around licking their fingers, wiping those flat things clean. Imagine humans feasting like they're at a banquet. It's ridiculous.
Oh, I can totally see it. I lived among humans before. They served my meat on those things. What do they call them? Plates. That's it.
Exactly. And he said the meat was juicy and flavorful, like nothing we get around here.
All right, you've convinced me. If it means a meal that tastes like a feast and a chance for a better life, count me in. But I better not just get rabbit stew.
Don't worry. We'll have a banquet fit for lions, not just bunnies.
As the lions finally reach the island, they climb to the top of a hill overlooking the stunning scenery. The vibrant colors of the landscape, with lush forests and distant beaches, fill them with awe. However, amidst the beauty, the urgency of their mission weighs heavily on their minds.
Look at this place. It's beautiful, but we can't linger. Time to leave and prepare. I feel it within me. It's about time we move forward.
Where to, leader? This jungle feels different from what we're used to.
We need to find food nearby. Thank God there's a savannah close by, but it's a bit of a trek about 30 miles away. We must adapt to this new terrain.
30 miles? That's quite a distance. Every time we need to feed, I worry. Are you sure this is a good mission? We might die here.
No. There will be good and plentiful food. I've seen tigers thrive in these forests. We just need to trust our instincts. If it gets tough, we can always go back to the savannah.
We've come this far, let's explore. I can already imagine the feast waiting for us.
But what if we can't find enough food in this jungle? The terrain is so different, and 30 miles is a long way to travel.
Trust me, if we need to bask in the sun, the savannah is nearby, but I believe our home can be here. My instincts tell me to make a den in this jungle. It feels right.
Alright then, moving south sounds good. Closer to the edge of the savannah is where we'll make our home.
Exactly. The savannah is just a bit far, but it's worth the journey. We can find shade here in the jungle. The plants will protect us from the harsh sun, and it feels cooler already.
I guess I'll trust your instincts. Just make sure we find food soon.
We will. Remember, once this mission is done, you can choose to leave and return to your old pride. But for now, let's focus on the task ahead. Let's move. We need to find food and shelter.
The lions headed south, searching for food in the dense forest near the island. And
Feed! Feed!
You! And food.
Feed! Mamma mia! Feed!
after eating and finding the lions settled into a temporary den in the jungle near the edge, about 15 kilometers from Zimbaka Island, where they rested. As the evening sun dipped lower, spreading a soft golden light across the forest, the lions quietly made their way to a steep hill overlooking the island. From there, they couldn't be seen, but they watched over Zimbaka patiently, waiting. Meanwhile, in a small den within Zimbaka, a mother held her child close, comforting him as the warmth of the day faded. She hummed a gentle lullaby, filling the den with a quiet love and peace. In these moments, her lullaby was more than just a song. It was her promise to keep him safe, even as the mysteries of the night began to gather. Her love wrapped around him like a shield, unaware of the unseen watchers above. Her whispered lullabies would soon carry through the wind.
Hush now, little one, close your eyes, stars are shining in the skies. Mama's here and Papa too, dreams of love are waiting for you. Close your eyes and sleep well. Tomorrow brings a brand new day to tell.
Kahari told Kavi and Zuri to wait a while, then quietly slipped into the darkness, moving in the direction of the island. Moments later, the pride watched as he returned, the catch still in his grasp. Their eyes tracked his every step as he neared the edge of the cliff with his prize. Kavi's mouth watered, her stomach growling. They hadn't eaten since the afternoon, and the thought of a meal was almost too much to bear. They wondered, Was he going to release it from the heights, or was there something else in his mind? What was Kahari truly up to?
What? Hey, look! Are you seeing what I'm seeing? I can't believe what I'm seeing. Is this a joke? I was expecting a goat. Even a rabbit will do in this state I'm in. If we don't find something to eat soon, I'll be asking the trees if they have any spare fruit.
This child, there is something different about him. I feel the bond I cannot explain.
How can we care for this child? He can't survive on what we hunt.
I have not eaten in days. Meat is scarce, and this is something we can feed on.
But we had a deer a while ago.
While ago? That feels like days ago.
Help me, Lord, I'm starving too. Help me, dear Lord, that baby is beginning to enter my eyes.
Exactly. I can smell around the child. Mince, carrots, coriander, onions. Could this be the feast the human have? I want what those humans serve on their plates. This must be it. Is this the feast you are talking about, Zuri? Only I don't need a plate.
Keep off, Kavi. This child is under my protection. We have a mission to fulfill. Do you not remember?
Kahari, you grow soft. What use is this fragile human to us? Perhaps we should...
No, Zuri. You will do nothing to harm him. I called you all to form this prideful reason. We have been choosing to protect him. This child is so different. He is not like the others. I sense it.
The pride retreated, but hunger gnawed at them, especially Kavi. 3 times she tried to approach the child, only for Kahari to stop her each time. Kahari kept vigil a short distance from the den, while the 2 lionesses settled nearby. Kavi, however, lay awake, her hunger sharpening as she watched the child.
Finally, exhaustion overtook her, and she drifted into a fitful sleep.
What do you think you are doing, eh? What do you think you are doing? Are you out of your minds?
But... I thought it was a goat.
A goat, Kavi, really? You can't just eat whatever that's human. Lions don't eat that. You need to get your acts together.
Right. I must be daydreaming again. Or is it night dreaming or feast dreaming?
It's more like food dreaming to me. Get yourself together.
Oh, Pringles.
Kavi, this is not a joke. It's a mission, MISSION. It's time you prove yourself worthy of what I see in you. Focus, or risk losing the chance to show your true strength. STRENGHT. Is this clear?
Kavi, Don Colo, you need to get yourself together.
Kavi steps back reluctantly, frustration and hunger clear in her eyes. Zuri, hungry herself, stomach grumbling too, tries to silence Kavi. Kahari watches them, his expression a mix of sympathy, sternness, and slight amusement.
Careful, Kavi. Just be careful.
As Kavi watched Kahari, a fierce pride swelled within her. She'd always known him to be fair, but never so intense. Beneath his words, she sensed his belief in her, a belief she had yet to earn. Kahari gave a silent nod towards the resting spot, close to the baby. The pride settled in for the night, and as Kavi closed her eyes, her heart steadied. Tomorrow she would prove herself. Kahari saw strength in her, but her focus was still to be tested. He sensed a fire and grit within her that even she hadn't yet understood. The child's cries echoed through the jungle, his hunger growing unbearable throughout the night. But Zuri watched helplessly, unable to soothe him.
We cannot keep this up, Kahari. The boy cries and we are starving. What will we do?
Zuri, unable to soothe him, stood still, tired and hungry, tried not to provoke Kavi. Eventually the lions fell into a deep sleep. Morning light crept in, and Kavi was awakened by a familiar, mouth-watering scent. She stretched, her muscles sore from a restless night of hunger, and the baby's cries kept her awake. Curious, she got up to investigate, following the rich smell that promised a reprieve from her empty belly. Rounding the corner, she paused, eyes widening in astonishment. There, with a triumphant gleam in his eyes, was Kahari, stood next to a fresh kill, a large deer. Without a second thought, Kavi leaped forward, excitement overtaking her weariness as the sight of the meal made her heart race.
Zuri, look what we have here. Mamma mia.
Mamma mia, that better be food because I am starving. I barely had any sleep. That baby was crying all night.
After waiting a long time for their food, the lions finally ate their fill. They devoured as much as they wanted, then left the leftovers for the next day. They walked all the way back to their den, happy and stuffed.